Team Raymond gun their battered dinghy back for the last time of the day. And by the sounds of things, they
meters just breaking over this rock, so it was insane.
Oh, it's going to be big on the way home. Right, we need to do a proper drop down so we don't repeat last time's events, eh?
What Raymond is referring to is the storm they hit a few weeks back that tore the dough labs loose.
Boom! Smashed into the side of the boat as we're rolling side to side.
And forcing the team to re-secure their cargo during the storm. A delay like that is the last thing they need.
I was actually tempted to call it a couple of hours ago. The wind started picking up from the south, so sort of half I thought maybe we should be pulling the pin now, but we're sort of too late now. We'll be punching into it for the next 10 hours or so, so it won't be very nice.
Hands on deck.
Racing against the clock and the weather at the moment, so we'll get it sorted and get out of here.
A quick exit is exactly what they need if they're going to have any of making it back to Bluff to complete the order in time.
It's pretty important to get the way pretty bang on and when you've got 4 of these, probably 250 kilos.
300 if a dinghy boy packs it real well.
Diligent dinghy boys are a high commodity. And none more so than Red Dog, who treats every part of the ship as if it were his own.
I missed a trip on the boat. I come back and my outboard deck right here. My poor boat. 2-3 years of looking after it and maintaining it. I'm gone for a week and
But the time to complain will come later. With every passing second, the weather is turning for the worse.
Literally you can see it like glass and then the wind is heading towards us.
Just punching out that first bit's going to be awful, eh?
Yeah, that's why we get paid the mega bucks.
The mega dollars.
It's now a scramble to secure the load and get moving. But Dwayne has an idea on how to shave time off their journey.
There's a narrow gap out in front of us here that leads out into the open ocean through the islands. In theory it's possible, I've never been through it, but we'll give it a go. It'll save us backtracking a couple of hours back the other way.
This is easier said than done, and his crew aren't quite so confident.
You don't know if we'll get the big boat through there?
No, there's a rock right on the other side.
Are you sure?
Look, you can see it though.
Yeah, we'll get past that.
Okay.
We'll try it. We've got a steel boat. I don't know if it will go through it, to be honest. This boat draws 2 metres. It's shallower than I thought here. I swam through it, and I know there's a ridge on either side, so I've got to make sure I stick to the middle. It's going to be tight.
Dwayne is the epitome of concentration as he navigates through increasingly shallower water.
Still got 11 metres.
I was leaning over the front of the boat, you know, looking around, and there were just rocks popping up, and yeah, she was getting pretty sketchy. I don't know if we were going to make it or not.
All the crew can do is hold their breath and hope the captain knows what he's doing.
Right, let's pin it.
Dwayne hits the throttle. It's now make or break.
Dwayne, you're a good skipper.
We didn't save any time, but just how slow we took, but...
Steaming out into open water, it doesn't take long to find the bad weather. This is looking like it will be a very long night, and longer for some than others.
Right, the big fella. And then I walk down past. Wait.
Like, floating in the 10 minutes into the trip, I'm already feeling sick.
Just had a sea legs, got us back. The more you go out, the more your body like adapts to it. So if you haven't been on the boat, you get real seasick. Go get some fresh air. Fresh air is good.
I'm fine.
Spare fuel in the dinghy down the back.
An hour later, as the Sand Nick heads south, they hit the full force of the storm.
It's getting pretty bloody gnarly out there now. Getting any sleep tonight if this continues.
Huge seas rock the vessel.
Taking a few waves over the front, quite a bit of water on deck.
Lives of the crew in his hands. It's crunch time for Dwayne. After a fast and furious mission to Dusky Sound, the crew of the San Nicolas are driving their way through heavy seas towards home. But the storm is much larger than skipper Dwayne expected.
Taking a few waves over the front, quite a bit of water on deck, which come down the back. We've hit down the side as well, and a bit of the gears. One of the boys' gears has gone over the side, I think. Who knows what we're missing, but fuck.
He's now forced to make a big decision. Risk the safety of his crew, or wait out the storm and face missing the deadline on his order.
Coming in late even just today is actually quite a big deal because it all revolves around the shelf life of the product. So if you miss that day, the money goes down to half.
Find shelter.
Putting the crew's safety first, Dwayne has decided that the best option is to pull into a sheltered inlet at Torquay Island. It's not worth the risk of steaming further south into the notoriously
Just to go any further. I've radioed ahead and let them know we're not going to be in until tomorrow night. Yeah, better safe than sorry.
With the decision made, it's lights out. They will just have to hope that the weather tomorrow will afford them a quick run home. It's 7:30 a.m. and the crew have already been up for an hour working feverishly to resecure their cargo for the push home.
7:30 in the morning, pissed out with rain, got to restock the deck. What's the way?
It's Storm's 17th birthday today, so it's understandable he has a few complaints.
And Dwayne made the right call staying that extra night, but yeah, we'll celebrate when we get home, which will be fun.
Oh, it's an awful time. We had about 30-40 knots screaming southwesterly last night with about a 6 metre roll. All my dive gear went over the side, bloody went everywhere.
Taking no chances, Dwayne is meticulous in his preparations for today's voyage.
So we're just going to rearrange the deck and the weight. Put a couple of dolabs down the back. So we've got about a tonne. We can do it in the daylight rather than in the dark.
Unfortunately, moving all that weight to the back of the boat can't be done with the crane. Each urchin needs to be moved from the bins into the nets by hand.
Oh, yeah. If we move 600 kilos to the back of the boat, it'll be a bit better, won't it?
What have you been getting, Chops? Ain't any good?
That's all right.
You're not too bad. Good work, Chops.
Need another small dolab down the back.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grab that.
An hour of redistributing weight and stropping down the bins later,
It's going anywhere, mate.
and they're almost ready to head back out into it.
Have you got a strop and rescue?
But first, they need to make sure the urchins are in healthy condition.
We want to keep our product alive when we... If they get fresh water on the urchins, they die, and we don't want them dying because then they'll rot. So we've got to water them with the saltwater hose and then they'll stay alive.
Fiordland, and you get a lot of rain, it pisses down all the time, and what happens is the sea urchin, they've got a membrane inside them, and so yeah, we're actually in a race right now to get this product back to Bluff. We lost the back before it all turned, so yeah, race is on definitely.
Course they're going to have to take.
It's going to be a little down through here, and then around here is going to be real. And then if it's still quite strong south-westerlies, along here can be real too, real bad.
All in all, a fairly ominous 12 hours ahead. But the Coast Guard has a little bit of good news for them.
Torquay ETA 11
Yeah, what's it like in Bluff at the moment?
Beautiful day. If there's any wind in the day.
Righto, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Can I get the last word? She got the last word.
With every possible precaution taken, it's time to strap in and ride the roller coaster.
Nothing like a bit of roast for breakfast. Calm the guts.
It's just so uncomfortable because you're just getting thrown all over the show. You can't sleep, you can't make any food. Mostly everyone's spewing up over the sides, and it's a great sight.
Like a rubber duck in a bathtub. A cork and sink.
I was really craving a durry on the way home. I'm going to admit that really badly. Oh, I really wasn't keen. I just wanted to get home, eh?
You get a bit of like cabin fever almost, you know, you're stuck in the wheelhouse and you can't really move anywhere, you can't go outside, it's too rough.
As the swell increases and the wind starts gusting over 50 knots, Raymond describes the reality of what would happen if the San Nicolas was to capsize.
Yeah, the chances of survival are not great. The water's 10 degrees, the air temperature's around 13, 14 degrees. If we are lucky enough, our life raft will pop off the roof. It's a hydrostatic life raft, which means when the boat sinks to a depth of around 10 or 11 metres, a little rope gets cut inside a unit and then the life raft shoots to the top and inflates. So yeah, if you're lucky you have to get to that, but if you're inside and you get trapped in here, you're pretty out of luck. Panic is the worst thing you can do. You just got to be real calm about it. You got to use your head. You got to think. If you see any of us panicking, you know things are really, really bad.
Thankfully for now, despite the horizon disappearing every few seconds and the wind continuing to pick up strength, the crew all remain calm and collected. It's just a rough day at the office. "12 hours of weathering the storm and the San Nicolas has made it. Crew and cargo all intact.
Made it home alive. Boys are happy. Have a few rums after this. The urchins are looking good, ready to go. They're going to go straight into the chiller now. Boys are pretty keen to get off the boat, so we'll just get all this off and then get out of here.
But most importantly to the crew is that the trip has not been all in vain.
Good sized urchin. It lost a bit of weight from all the salt water leaving over the last few days. We've had a whole lot of bouncing. Yeah, so hopefully over we weigh these in and they haven't reduced in size. Still fat. Oh, that feels fat. What do you reckon about that?
That's pretty heavy. Oh.
Yeah, that's quite heavy.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's
don't
nice.
crack it over.
No, that's a waste. Terrible waste.
That's good money. That's good money right there.
Dion couldn't to celebrate the end of the winter season, and they have some fat paychecks from this trip to burn. Team Dion and Chops gathered 12 dolabs, make Dion had been out of the water. 14 dolabs of 10% return rate urchin, making them 2,000 at sea.
Made some pretty good money, the urchins are real fat, so I'm just going to head over to Tonga tomorrow and probably just spend it all anyway.
But leading himself $2,000 for one day of diving. Decent spending money for his upcoming holiday.
I'm stoked with the return we got out of it, and I'm bloody looking forward to jumping into some warm water tomorrow in Tonga.
A well-deserved drink finishes the day and signals the end of the winter diving season.
Best part of the trip. Yeah, nice can of Coke for my 17th birthday.
To go with his can of Coke, Storm has decided to shed his winter coat. And his mates are more than happy to help.
That's enough, okay? Other side. There you go. No, that's enough. That's enough.
Boy, look at me.
You know, it's my first season on the boat, so it makes it good when you're improving.
Got the weapon of mass destruction, so let's go.
And I just had a great time. Looking forward to next year.
I had a bloody great time. When I'm at work, it's when I shine the most. Artists love it.
So funny, I kicked your ass, eh?
Spinning the same banter as always, so it's great.
Yeah, they're gangsters.
Good season, boys have had a good time. Diving's been alright.
Found the hot spot. Pretty good, actually.
Urchins have been good quality in general, so bring on summer.
Always looking forward to the summertime. Fat kid in a cake shop, pretty much. That's where you make your most money, is the summertime.
Hard money, but good money! Yeah.